Well, it stemmed really from holidays in France with friends who happened to be food producers. Every time we'd go over there, the food producers would say to us, you know, we'd have a few tipbles with them as you do on holiday, and they'd be saying, you know, why don't you sell my products in France? And you know, you'd sober up the next day and think, ah, bad idea. And a few years later down the line, we decided to give it a go. It was just a passion, really. We had a really good mentor to start with, and that was a guy who was already in the food industry. He gave us some invaluable tips when we were first starting out about do's and don'ts. We also were lucky enough to have a friend who recommended a good accountant to us, who gave us some really good advice about how to start setting up things before we started to need an accountant. It's just lucky to get, and invaluable to get good advice from people who know what they're talking about. It's really freed up a lot of our time. Whereas in the past we were doing a lot of the stuff ourselves on spreadsheets and taking up a heck of a lot of time, you know, VAT returns and what have you. By passing that over to our accountant now has freed up a lot of my time and allows me now to develop the business. Cash flow is difficult, as with any small business. Because our customers are lots of small shops, we traditionally use delis and farm shops. Business for them in the last few years has been difficult, so we have to be a bit caring with them and balance it out really, and give them a bit of leeway where they need it. And the customer service like that has really helped us to keep that relationship going with them. We're quite a niche business with the French food sort of thing. We had to get out and tell people what we were and what we were all about. And although we had a website which works really well for us, you can't taste things, you can't touch things on the website. So we do a lot of food festivals, a lot of work with visiting delis and farm shops and getting people to try our products and touch them and smell them and taste them. And it is a lot of legwork and a lot of hard work, but it is worthwhile doing. Because the whole family enjoy the business, it fits in very well because the food shows are a really good buzz. Everybody enjoys doing those. The kids come along and they go and wander off and try all the different foods and what have you. And my daughter, who thinks she's the little business queen now, especially after watching Alan Sugar and all the programs that he does. Yeah, they all enjoy it, they all fit in really well. It's a good lifestyle change. It takes a lot of hard work. Don't think it's just going to come overnight. Take your time doing it. Make sure you do it right. Get advice off people who are already in the game or who know what they're doing. And especially people like your accountant, trading standards, environmental health, they're all there to help you. Our proudest moment was probably one of our smallest moments, and it was the first sale we made, I think. After all the hard work we put into it, just to sell that one little product in the very first food show we attended was a real, yes, it can work moment. The best piece of advice was probably to take your time, do it slowly. Don't rush in, make sure you know what you're doing, and make sure you research your market properly before you start. Definitely the best advice we had, and I'd pass it on to anybody. We've created really good relationships with a lot of the local artisan producers in the Wrexham area. We work with them supplying their products to delis and farm shops in the UK, but we've also now started to do that in France as well. So some of their products now are going to the French shops as well. So the next year is going to hopefully see us expand more into internet because that's the way the market's going. And we're also going more into corporates with our hampers, which sell really well at the moment, but we're going to be more focused on the corporate side of things and more on the internet side of things.